Hey everyone! I'm heading to London, and my name's Max. I'm studying English, and I'm eager to share my experiences in this amazing city with you. I'd love to share with you about my awesome teacher. Let me tell you a story that we can read together to learn English on this beautiful summer day. I'm on a train, and there are two women sitting across from me. They're speaking English, which is great because I speak English too. I'm learning English and still a beginner, so I don't understand a lot yet. I decided to start a conversation with the two women sitting across from me on the train. I tried to speak with basic English words, and the women understood me. It made me happy. I told them that I wanted to learn English. The women told me they're from England and had just attended a conference. We chatted for about 10 minutes. As we reached my station, I said goodbye to the women. They were friendly and gave me their address and phone number, inviting me to visit them in England. After saying goodbye, I felt motivated to improve my English every day. I started translating texts and watching English movies regularly. After 6 months, my English has improved a lot, but I want to keep improving. I decide to go to London to study English there. While I was in London, I went to a school. My first class was on a Monday, and that's when I met my teacher and the other students in my class. My teacher is a kind young lady. We introduced ourselves by sharing our names and where we're from before starting the lesson. Our teacher asked us how we typically study English and mentioned she had a very effective method to teach us. The method our teacher shared is really straightforward. She said we don't need to focus on studying or reading textbooks. But instead, we should use English frequently in our daily lives. This approach works really well for me. I'm not a fan of studying or using textbooks. We then discussed what matters most when learning a new language. Of course, our teacher always reminds us how important languages are for talking with each other. Languages allow us to express our thoughts and understand each other's ideas more clearly. When you're learning a new language, the best approach is to practice using it for communicate. That's exactly what we'll focus on in our course. We'll have plenty of conversations to help us learn. Many students focus on memorizing new words and studying grammar rules, but they often forget to practice speaking English. They spend time learning about the language but forget to actually use it. Learning new words and grammar is important, but you don't always need to study them extensively. In this class, I'll share a straightforward and effective method to help you learn words and grammar easily. I really enjoy what our teacher talks about. In our lessons, we talk about our hobbies and how we spend our free time. We get to chat with our teacher or a buddy during the whole lesson, and I'm loving it. It makes me super happy. This way of learning suits me perfectly. Chapter 2: My Word Learning Journey. When I head back to school on Tuesday, a classmate asks a fascinating question that catches my interest. What's the most awesome way to pick up new words? Our teacher mentions there are heaps of tricks for learning new words. But guess what? I'll spill the beans on the one way that research shows is the absolute best for picking up new vocab. Here's the big secret: reading rocks. When you read, especially when you're tackling a new language, you soak up words twice as fast compared to those who don't crack open a book. Pretty neat, huh? Here's the deal: spending just 30 minutes reading each day is a game changer. Now, let me share the secrets on how to squeeze the most juice out of your reading time. Sure, it's super important to pick books or texts that you find fun to read. You gotta enjoy it. Choose books that tell fun stories or teach you things related to your job or hobby. Don't waste your time on boring stuff that doesn't interest you. Reading stuff where you understand most of the words is great. It can be frustrating when there are too many words you don't know. Always make sure to have fun with whatever you're doing in English. Choose something interesting that's also at your level. If you come across a word you don't know while reading, just grab a dictionary and check it out. Then, keep on reading like nothing happened. No need to jot down the word or keep track of new ones. Just keep reading and soak up the story. Just pay attention to what you're reading and understand it. If you figure out what a word means, keep going. And if you encounter a new word, handle it the same way. Reading is cool because it helps you find new words, and you learn how they all fit together in sentences. It's like exploring a language playground. When you read, you see how words fit together. It's a super effective way to learn new words quickly. Give it a try, and you'll see how quickly you can learn. Next, let's chat about what's happening in England and the coolest jobs for students. That sounds exciting. I'm eager to have a job and do something after school too. I chatted with some fellow students to find out about job opportunities. They recommended checking out a job center. The job center has so many options for student jobs, which is fantastic. I'm thrilled to know where I can find a job now. After school, I head to the job center, but I'm not sure what kind of jobs are available. So, I asked the lady there for advice on the best job for a student like me. The lady mentioned they have got some neat student jobs. She suggested I could either tidy up or serve at a cafe. So, imagine this: I'm chatting with this lady, and I'm all like, I'm not really experienced with these kinds of jobs. And then she's like, hey, your English is so good, you could totally work at the cafe. Learning isn't tough, and I'll get to practice English a lot more compared to being a cleaner. She says I can begin working on Thursday. I'm thrilled because it's great news. I'm happy to have a job where I can practice English. If you want to pick up new words, try reading for just 30 minutes every day.